Hey guys, so something I've been teaching about a lot lately is the benefit of nonverbal processing or verbally processing with people other than your partner before attempting to process something that's triggering you about your partner. Now, there's a lot of advantages to nonverbal processing. Number one, my theory of emotions is that emotions are tension in the body. And so verbal processing is probably the worst way to get tension out of the body, like in terms of return on or efficiency, right? It's like you can talk for a really long time and just barely scratch the surface of the tension that's really alive in your body. So I actually taught a class on tantrums, on staying nonverbal and expressing the tension that's in the body in a container with your partner. So that's one of the things, is that it's inefficient to verbally process. The second thing is that verbal processing, especially of intrusive thoughts, can seed your intrusive thoughts into your partner where they become their intrusive thoughts. So for example, if I'm scared my partner might cheat on me, then my partner might have an intrusive thought that I'm mistrustful of him. And so then I have an intrusive thought that he's not trustworthy. He has an intrusive thought that I'm not trusting him. And then everything that we say goes through those filters with each other. And so instead of saying something verbal processing wise that's a statement of the intrusive thought itself, I would say, if I were to use verbal, like a verbal cue for that, I might say something like, I'm experiencing mistrust and jealousy in this moment, and I would love to express that in a nonverbal way to you. So I don't need to tell him the exact intrusive thoughts that I'm having. I can call it to the somatic or emotional experience that I'm having. I could say I'm like really sick to my stomach right now, or I'm moving through some yucky emotions. And I just use like more raw terms to describe exactly what's truly happening, not what I'm thinking about what is happening. A third risk of verbal processing is that when you have an overwhelm with emotionality that is causing a bunch of intrusive thoughts, I'll say that I think intrusive thoughts are our brain's way of trying to ease the dissonance between how we're feeling and what is happening. So if I'm in a delightful, sweet relationship and somehow an emotion of unworthiness comes through, I may have intrusive thoughts that try to bridge that gap. Oh, he doesn't really love me. Oh, he's out to be with someone else. And so those ease the dissonance. The intrusive thoughts are meant to ease the dissonance between what's in your body and what's happening. So the third risk to verbal processing of these things is that you may be in an experience of emotional overwhelm and then walk into a verbal processing conversation with your partner as a way of trying to ease your own overwhelm. And then you may actually invite them to dump their emotionality onto you. So in a verbal processing thing, you may come to verbal processing when you are overwhelmed, and then you may actually, because you're processing with another human verbally, you may actually invite or receive in reciprocity what's going on for them when it's not really, you're not really available for it. Okay, those are 3 risks to verbal processing. Let me know what you think and let's chat about this.